Meru County Governor Impeachment. Meru County has been known to a one-term services as a governor over the last 10 years. The political here wouldn't allow service to the people be felt. With huge business potential and agricultural produce, Meru could be the next breadbasket for Kenya. The top leadership infighting will always destabilize the development agendas for the county government. More so now that the leadership is under a woman, many queries are being asked. In Kenya, history has it that there is no female leader who can ascend to power without lowering the flag, skirt, and inner clothings to those men who pretend to be the game changers. Without mentioning names, it's suspected that would be one of the key reasons Meru governor is being fought with men. Her respect for her people, dignity to the husband the bishop would go down well to prove that brains are better, and it's time Kenyans of all walks must support her. Big up to a supporting spouse she has. Meru County has been served by two governors previous, both have served one term. Hotly contested political climate than any other county in Kenya. The fraud in the previous governments wouldn't be compared with current parliament. The malignment could be that the current leader was elected from small party. Independent, and the male leadership can't comprehend being led by a strong lady from unknown family background. Meru County political supremacy battles would always continue each and every year depending which side of the bread is buttered. The rich are using financial muscle to intimidate county assembly and members of parliament to achieve their objectives. The kind of monies being used could also be illicit. More investigations should be done on the financiers. What is impeachment and circumstances where a leader could be impeached? The word impeachment, which from the Oxford Dictionary means a charge of misconduct made against a holder of a public office. In Kenya, it's no different as any cases of gross misconduct or abuse of office, gross violation of the Constitution or any other law, physical or mental incapacity to perform the functions of their office. We have several acts of parliament which would support this as well to authenticate the process. A similar case has faced Meru County Governor Kawira Mwangaza, who has been accused of misappropriating county resources, cases of nepotism and unethical practices, misusing her statutory powers, illegally naming a road after her husband, and a couple of other minor but yet intriguing cases. This story came as a shock to many after the August 9th general election, where a candidate with an independent did not just bag the seat but also beat towering political figures like incumbent Karaida Marunji and the then outgoing Senator Mathika Lynn Yuri. She, without saying, was the first female to hold the seat in the county. Her story starts back in 1979 at Ontyalilai Village, Buri constituency, where she still did her primary education but could not continue to her secondary school due to lack of school fees. Without the hope of doing so, she moved to a relative's home in Marsabit, where she worked as a manager for almost a year before later getting enrolled in Moyle Girls Secondary School. She did her best 4 years later as she emerged the best candidate in Marsabit with a C+. She would later venture into business after also attaining a bachelor in education from Kampala University. She also pursued a bachelor's in guidance and counseling, as she never started her teaching career but instead ventured into business. Her first trial in politics was in 2013 as a member of parliament, where she unsuccessfully vied, as it is here that she learned her biggest life lesson. She learned that averagely she spent about KSH.20 million, which had led to her being greatly indebted and broke. This made her, together with her husband, to relocate to Rue, where they sold onions and tomatoes to recover financially. Financially drained, together with her husband, Murega Baichu, who is a musician, they decided to try luck in the media industry, and it is here that service to people started. It is here that pressure from people made her to take another shot at politics. Kawira Mwangaza won with quite a big margin to floor Florence Kajuju to become woman representative, and it's here that her journey to governorship started. It is in this seat that she endeared herself to the people by building houses for the poor, donating dairy cows, giving out school uniforms, desks, blankets, besides offering scholarships. On her manifesto, she promised to seal all corruption loopholes, which she made possible after being the second woman to beat political giants to assume her position in the national arena. In Parliament, she passed legislation that ensured Meru was well represented and took to various government institutions, notably Cabinet Secretary for Education, on quality of constructions in schools and vocational institutions to guarantee safety of learners. However, her impeachment can be termed as more controversial as it is more of gender-based. Her story goes down the history of Meru after the first woman who was Enrita Karimi, who became Meru's central member of parliament in a by-election in 1975. Her career was short-lived when male politicians in the region allegedly ganged up to fix her in a corruption scandal. The Senate trashed the impeachment motion made against the Meru governor by members of the county assembly. The Senate voted to throw out all 7 charges against the governor by Meru County Assembly. She had a total of 7 charges against her. The result of the division therefore indicated that the Senate has not upheld any of the charges. Therefore, the Senate has failed to remove from office the governor by impeachment. Kawira Mwangaza pleaded with the House to save her job by first anonymously apologizing to anyone she might have wronged. The governor was impeached after 59 MCAs voted in favor of the impeachment motion. The House deliberated on the evidence provided by the Meru County Assembly legal team in Mwangaza's defense, among other issues. She pleaded not guilty to the 7 charges leveled against her by county MCAs. However, like earlier mentioned, though this case is no different from the 1975 one made on Enrita Karimi, who had male officials make her get sacked. Ignoring all the charges made, the case on her cannot be termed as a gender-based impeachment. This is as a group of women claim that her removal as well as the misfortunes that befell her are not because she is a woman, but because she lacks experience and the ability to lead. She has survived impeachment twice as she faces to fight for her political career. When the Senate committee chaired by Kakamega Senator Bonnie Caldwell dismissed allegations brought against Meru governor in December last year, also observed that the relationship between her and the county assembly was acrimonious, contemptuous, and threatened to grind the county to a halt. The committee chair argued that they would enjoy no benefits with a devolved government. It was later learned that in matters relating to leadership and governance, the county was not in a satisfactory state. In their own interest and those of the residents, they were urgently needed to reconcile and create a conducive environment for their county to realize full development. The Deputy President Rigati Gachagua also intervened by bringing the Meru leaders to one table in an effort to reconcile them. 10 months later, and exactly 1 year after the governor was impeached, the members of the county assembly, MCAs, impeached her for the second time. The allegations brought against her are largely the same and mostly revolve around the Meru County First Gentleman Muregabichu, violation of laws, and making irregular appointments, among others. The Senate, which under Article 96(1) of the Constitution represents the counties and serves to protect the interests of the counties and their governments, will exercise its oversight mandate and examine whether the impeachment was procedural. Dr. Caldwell's committee, however, last time cleared Mrs. Mwangaza, stating the evidence provided demonstrated that Meru County First Gentleman did not draw any salary or benefit from Meru County. It was noted that Mr. Baichu was on the county government payroll and the positions he was given by the governor were non-existent. On irregular appointments, the Senate said although she was accused of being misguided and based on populism, the allegations were not substantiated. The senators also said there was no evidence of the alleged directive to county officers to further the interests of Bait TV, which she runs. Meru people, would it be wise to embrace each other and work on areas which would bring development to the people? Would we be wise to respect women in leadership? The words which have been used against Honorable Madam Kawira Mwangaza would be a shame to those who use them. We have sisters, mothers, and relatives female gender. We dare not imagine them listening and seeing the stupidity of the Meru male leadership utter those words and dramatizing the same. Her Excellency Governor Kawira, thank you for standing strong. We look up to you. You have a strong partner always closer to you and always embraces you. If there are men would wish to demean you, and you have refused their advances, hence this kind of humiliation, I would wish you share the same to Kenyans. Thank you all for listening and watching. Subscribe, like, and comment. Also share as a motivation to compose more meaning stories.